So again, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all those guys who just join in based on your time zones. And I hope everyone is doing good. So yesterday we have actually talked about nothing more but just about your offensive side. So yesterday we have gone ahead and I given my introduction after that. Then I have gone ahead and talk about the your offensive security basics, that what is in the offensive security, what is the pen testing. I was giving you the kind of a difference between I was saying that what will be the difference between your pen testing, vulnerability assessment, right? VA and PT, that kind of difference I was telling you. I was talking about these steps. So one thing that we should be clear in our mind that VA is almost similar. If you remember yesterday's, your session, there I was showing you the steps, right? Steps was also similar. And what happened was the difference was what? Attackers, they are just attacking, and for the your pen tester, there was first of all, like, I was talking about the planning. In the planning we were talking about something like rules of engagement, scoping, that which device you will be doing or not, which you will be scanning or not. Then in the end we were generating, giving first of all assessment, that what are the threat, assessing them, what will be their remediation, and then in the end we were generating something as a report with the all collection of evidence and all. So differences we have talked about, what is the pen testing, how it is different from the others. So all these things we have seen. Now, next thing that what we will be going ahead and we will be talking about over here is day 16, and it's going to be the reconnaissance over here, right? So different type of reconnaissance through search engines, reconnaissance through website, website reconnaissance, what is the OSINT framework, and then, because reconnaissance is actually very important. Either you are going from the offensive side, defensive side, collecting the threat intelligence, it will be helping you in all kind of the cases over here. Then that, bit of the tools of scanning, and what is the scanning in simple we'll be talking about. And after that, what we will be doing, we will be just jumping onto the your part where we will be we'll be jumping onto the part where we'll be mostly scanning will be tomorrow's agenda, right? So just to give you the heads up on scanning, what it is in the scanning, that is my motive for the day, right? So this is one thing that we are going to talk about today itself. Okay, so this is something that we are trying to cover for the day. Now, just a quick view. Okay, if you guys remember, yesterday I was talking about these kind of a machines. Okay, so if you have done this kind of a thing, so I was asking that you should be installing VMware, for those people who are truly, interested in the going on to the offensive side and practicing, right? I'm not saying that you have to done for the session, do it for the session itself. No, right? Here I'm just showing you something. So if you want to practice by your own and after the session, because this is just the foundation course, right? So it will be simply when you will be going to the Kali's website, it will be simply an ISO will be downloaded. You will double click and play it with the your VMware, from the VMware. So you will be finding these steps on the, online. Many of the, there will be blocks which will be helping you to go ahead and install this thing. They will be asking you to create a new virtual machine, selecting something like Debian 10.0 and all. So there will be the Kali Linux install, simple as that. And when we will be having something like your, when we talk about the, that metasploitable machine I was talking about, or the any other machine from the one hub, many of them will look like, towards the end when everyone left. So, there was few questions, and I was telling the candidates that how it will look like. So I will show you just for now. So once you will be downloading, then extracting those files, there will be this kind of a file. Okay, OBA file over here. So you will see this one here. This will be a file, this kind of thing. So if someone is not recognizing this thing, it will be like this. These three, this kind of the I would say thumbnail. You remember this thing? Okay. Simply drag this thing and drop it on the your left hand side of this panel. It will be just automatically giving all things. Just you have to make sure that each machine that you are creating, like for what I have done, the network that I have created, all these machines, let me pick the metasploitable 2 over here. If you will see, there is going to be this, right? Network adapter NAT. So all my machines having the same setting of the NAT. So before starting the machine, make sure the network adapter is here so that you can discover and all. So this is the one thing that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this thing. Now, this is going to be the something that I was talking about. So VMware is giving you the capability of doing the virtualization on your system, which I was explaining yesterday. And inside that, you can have n number of operating system installed, one Ubuntu machine, one Kali machine, and different as well. Right? So this is something that what we are going to do or use as well, and that will be helpful for all those people who are truly interested in learning the more things. So without further ado, it is going to be like let's just get started for the day, and we will be starting with the your very first topic, which is going to be the reconnaissance or the information gathering, right? Reconnaissance, information gathering, footprinting, different names you will be going ahead and you will be getting for these particular scenarios over here. Now when we talk about the information gathering, first of all, what I will say, a simple example. Even if you're an attacker or a pen tester, and I will ask you that, okay, for example, you have to go and you have to hack the facebook.com. Facebook is your target. Or for example, your target is like Twitter, or these are the popular social engineering site. So trust me, they are having a very good security features as well. But yes, still, if I will say this thing, you can't just simply go with a tool like Metasploit framework or simply start attacking this thing, right? It's not going to happen. What you need, you require something like step by step kind of a process, right? So step by step kind of a process you will be requiring, that how to start. Remember yesterday I was giving the example when attacker or a thief is going to go, okay, uh, to steal something. So what they will be doing, like information gathering, which home out of here is going to get the more gold, then scanning which like which gates are open, how many entries and exits and all those kind of things, right? So these things are necessary to start with. Same, information gathering is a process of identifying, discovering, and you're obtaining the information that may have relevance to pen test, and it cover wide variety of tasks, goals, and outcome, right? So it is very important step in your pen testing itself. Okay, so it will be gathering the very important, or or we can say the success of your pen testing might be depending on the reconnaissance itself. So reconnaissance is your, oh, I have to hide this thing, just a minute. Okay, so when we are talking about the reconnaissance, what is reconnaissance, right? So when we are talking about these things, so this is the reconnaissance, or we can say your information gathering. So this will be depending on, and very specifically, if you are doing something like black box testing and all, these kind of things as well, right? So these things are going to be, you know, very important over here, right? So when we are talking about the gathering the, these kind of a task now, usually, when I go deep in these type of the topics, what I do, first of all, we need to understand two kind of the things you can do. So I have to go and gather the information. So there is, two kind of a thing or two ways of doing this. Okay, so we'll be coming to those particular points. And one thing that attacking, if you are, why it is also important that if you are attacking a target directly without gathering the information, what it will do, it will make things harder for you to achieve all of the goals of the pen test. So if you are not aware which kind of service is there, what is running, who is your what are the open ports, and the different knowledge about it, what they work, which technology they are using, it will be making your task only difficult, right, at every step. So information gathering is very easy, and sometimes the information gathering can do a lot of good as well. Means directly they will be like jumping off the roof kind of thing. Means they are just simply going ahead and they will be giving you a lot of the details and the datas, and even sometime directly you are getting something like some possible vulnerabilities in the target as well. So it could be that much useful as well some of the time. So it is, rather than shooting in the dark, it will be creating a path for you. So that's why it is important. Now, for example, like I was saying, I will be using some of your names on your examples. So I'm just trying to open a panel's name, that how people are, how many people are here. So when I'm talking about this thing, so there is, let's say, for example, I open it, I'm getting the name, like a lot of Abhisheks are there. So, just make one Abhishek. Okay. So we have to go ahead and we have to search about the one particular person, which is going to be the Abhishek. Right. Now, what I will be doing, I will be going ahead two ways that I am having right now. And those two ways are here: active and passive reconnaissance. So one thing is, if I want to gather the information about Abhishek, uh, have a bit of the idea, like I can open, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, you are using Snapchat or anything, and try to find the Abhishek over there. One thing is that, right? Second, either from that I gather the information that Abhishek work on a specific place, or a LinkedIn I was go and I know that if this location, this is their office, and I was waiting outside, and I directly go and make contact with the, like, either the receptionist over there and say that I am friend of the Abhishek, he working here, is he in today, those kind of a thing. Or I'm just waiting outside and just follow Abhishek, and let's say that he was going to some happening place, like to a bar or anywhere after the work, and you just follow him and just say that, hey buddy, do you work there, right? I have seen you leaving the building, and I also works there, and start a friendship over there and start gathering the information. So that's the directly you are involving over there. So two-way: sit back and collect from the different resources. One thing, go there and connect with and directly approach the target. So this is the difference between the both. So one is the active, one is the passive. In active, you are just directly engaging with your target. And in the passive, you sit back and you just laid back and you're talking about that, okay, uh, you know, just through the some information that is available online freely, you are using that to go ahead and work with, your data over there. So this is going to be the bit of a difference over here. Now, when we talk about this, there is going to be the obviously active and passive reconnaissance over here. So active, the few points that I have noticed, put over here, it involve actively scanning the target's network or system to collect the information. Okay. So when you are directly engaging with your target, so if I have a target in sight, I start pinging it, scanning it, means I am just directly going to my target and engaging with them. That is the active, right? Second, second point is require the use of tools such as port scanner, vulnerability scanner, packet sniffer, these kind of a thing. Then there is going to be the passive reconnaissance. So passive, it involve, collecting the information about the target from publicly available sources without directly interacting with the target, like going to the your web browsers, Google, Google Baba knows everything. Using those kind of things over there, that go in there, look for that, and we can include techniques such as OSINT, which is open source intelligence gathering, and attacking the target through the your some freely available tools, through the something like your OSINT frameworks. There are multiple websites which will help you to collect the data. The some protocols like Whois is actually a protocol. Whois Lookup is a protocol. Okay, so that is the one thing that is there. And Whois query, it can gather different kind of the information, like name of the domain registrant, if there is a domain. I will show you this thing. Okay, practically name of the registrant organization, mailing address of the registrant, phone number of registrant, all these kind of things are going to be in there. Means rather than directly engaging with your target through the some third parties and all, try to gather the information over there. Now, when we talk about actually the differences that is between the, first of all, what is going to be the objective of your reconnaissance? Collecting something like network informations, system informations, organizations information. We are trying to get these things over here, right? Onto this particular part. And one thing in my sessions, like any of the basic security sensor I am having or any pen testing, usually I define this whole thing, I create a chart and different things. So there I define this thing, or generally any of the us trainers will be having there. We define it something like, if you want to collect the information, it could be either about a person, that there is a person and I want to collect the information about them. Second, it could be about a person or a organization. Person or an organization regarding these two kind of a things, right? Now, person could be, where they are working, how they are doing. So a lot of things come over here. So here come the things like the Google. You can always use the something like Google. You can use your social networking sites, right? Same goes for the organizations as well. You can have something like Google, means we are saying search engines. Okay, there is going to be the social networking sites there as well. With that, there is their official websites as well, right? So different tools will be also helping you. They will be having domain name. Using that, you can gather the information. Here, you can go on to the something like social media. There is something which is called people search engine. Okay, people search engine. There will be something like you can go to the dating website, matrimonial website, job website, right? So different way of collecting. You have to be a bit creative that how to gather information about people, right? So this is one way. Official. You can gather the information job site again from here. So how, how you can gather the information from a job website or from their LinkedIn page as well. Simple as a person will be telling you that I have done this. Many of the people, they put a lot of personal information in their CVs. Okay, and if they are open to work, what they will be doing, they will be putting things like where they have studied, where they have gone for the college. Even some people I have seen putting their marks, their whole enrollment numbers and different details over there. They have the things like their birthdays, spouses birthdays, and different things as well, anniversaries. Lot of different kind of CVs I have seen. So not through that, if you combine this with the social networking side, a lot of information you can gather about a person from the your different pages. Same goes here as well. Any company, they post a particular uh, you know uh, advertisement that we required a person who has expertise with the Nginx over 5 years, over 10 years. These kind of a things is going to be in there. So how it will be going to, how it's going to be in there, how things will be, this is going to be the part of your whole scenario over there. So how to do this thing, how you are going to go ahead and how you are going to collect the information over there. This is going to be the same part. Now, once again, what we will be doing, we will be putting it like, here, I can scroll any of the vacancies. Here, I can pretend to be a person who is about to give someone the job, right? So, I can mimic an organization and say that, okay, great, this is the our information, and I want your CV, download your CV and get the information. So you have to be creative over there. Then there is going to be the different tools as well that is available in the market with the Kali as well. Okay, you can use even a simple like map, a Google map can also help to gather the information about the organization, means where is their physical location. If let's say you want to do some physical attack on an organization, you will be going ahead and doing what? You will be simply, before you, let's say that you never visited that site. What is going to be in there is, in that particular case, uh, when we go to the particular site, what you will do, you will be going on to the Google map and have that 3D street view. and you will know that where is the parking, where are the different things. And when you will be visiting that place, it will not look like that you are a new person there. It will look like you are already a very familiar person who visit this site a lot, right? So even a simple Google map can help. Even stock reports, finance reports of the organization, they can also help you gather the information about your target itself, right? So they will be having things like that. Even public website will be having something like who is our board of members, who is our these particular kind of a scenario, and all these kind of the information will be there. Then you can choose your target. You can go and just start doing over, you know, do those information gathering on the peoples as well. So these things are going to be something that could be used n number of times again and again and again, right? So just you have to be a bit creative how to find it, and go with the different kind of tools or the idea what is there. Now, one thing that we were mentioning in the last website was something which is called open source intelligence gathering. Okay, so right now I am not just talking about the framework. I am not going or jumping into the framework. Yes, there is a framework as well. But what we label as the open source information gathering is that from the places where information is available freely, that is going to be the part of your information gathering itself, right? Publicly available data which you collect from some other parties, some tools, where you don't need to go and directly interact with your, your target. That is going to be called like, instead of going on to the your what we'll say, using like some people were saying the example of Showdown. Someone one is writing the through the Whois, through the Netcraft archive. Someone give the example through the archive.org. I can collect information. So those are the some places from where you can gather the information. So actually there are n number of ways, n number of people. So some of you were defining what? Some of you were defining OSINT framework. OSINT framework. Now what is a framework? Like there are n number of different things that you want to collect information: email, personal information, contact number. And for doing that there are hundreds of ways. So this OSINT website or framework website, what they have done, they have make a chart kind of a thing where they have collected all the ways. Now you can simply click on them. It will tell you that what you want to find, what are the ways of doing it, so that it is just kind of a collection of all the tools to gather the open source information. I will be showing you this as well. So this is where we will be heading now. Okay. Now, very first thing that is going to be in there is reconnaissance through the search engine. So I will be showing you a few things that you can use over here. Okay. So some of the demos I will be showing you. Like first thing, we started with the Google Docs, and people, they were starting with the Google Docs all the time. So what is happening? One way of searching is very simple in the Google, that type anything and it will give you some idea over here. So what I will do, let me just do one thing. Let me open a private window. Okay, I will open a private window. In the private window, if I will go and I will type something like your, okay, www.google.com, right? So I'm here. Now, let's say that you want to search about anything. Okay, first thing they are searching about like a Mitchell Starc, Australian cricketer. Okay, so let's just search this thing itself. First thing that is popping up over here, right? So here it popped up something like this. Now, what is happening? These are the results that I am finding in my, outcome over here. Now, thing is, out of all this, there are three parts. Okay, if result you will be seeing, one part is going to be this. Second part in here is going to be this. Okay, let me just clear all this here. Clear all my notation. First part is this part in this black. Second part is this blue color one. Then third part is this. It is called your text. Okay, it is going to be called your text. Now, second one, this blue color one, what it is called? Second one is your title. Title. Okay, so second is title. And then this third part, it is going to be called your URL. Okay, it is going to be called your URL. URL, title, and your text. Okay, this is the three kind of a thing that you have divided over here. Now, there is the term which I was using, Google Docs. So what is that Google Docs? So Google Docs is nothing but simply when I'm searching this thing, if you will see, I'm having something like 52,000 results. Oh, sorry, 52 million, my bad. 52 million results that I'm here, I'm having. Now, when I'm talking about the 52 million results, so it is very, very, overwhelming. So if I'm searching about a person or I'm searching about the even user or person or organization, this will be very, very overwhelming. Okay. Now what is going to happen is Google Docs, they are nothing. I simply say they are just simply the queries which will make your task easy, right? So here you will be using this kind of a thing. So, you'll be seeing this something like this. So when you are saying the, or seeing this kind of a thing, admin login and, queries, this kind of a scenario is going to be over there, right? And my bad, that was the 5.2 million results. Okay. Now, in title, what I have done, I have made some queries which will help me to narrow down my result. So those queries are going to be like this. Okay, those queries going to look like this. So you'll be using in your query things like your in text, in URL, in title, right? These kind of a thing. This will be helping you to narrow down your result that what you are looking for. So what these means, I will be explaining to you, but let's just go and see these things through an example that how these things are making our task easy. Okay, so here I was having around 5.2 millions of the here results over here, and then what I will do, I will be going and just try to go like if I will start something like in your rather than title in text and colon and then Mitchell Stark and I will search this thing. So what is going to happen is, oh my bad, I was having this misspelling mistake again here. Okay, so result actually increased if you will see. Okay, so it is now around your 5.5 mil, right? So an overview. What is it is doing? It is looking for Mitchell in the text part. Okay, it is looking only Mitchell in the text means where any article which is mentioning Mitchell in this part. Then Stark, it is looking everywhere means in URL, in text, in title, anywhere, right? So this is what it is doing. Now I have another command like I can type something like your all in text and then go with the something like your result and again almost similar. So all in text what it did, it is searching for Mitchell Stark in the your whole text part as together, right? So this is going something like this. Okay, Mitchell Stark or text or in text. So what I will do, I will be making this something in unique, like I will make it something like in title rather than all in title. Just simply look into the in title part right now. In title Mitchell Stark, and now it is looking for Mitchell in the title part. So here when you will be looking at the result, it become very less. From that 5.5 mil, it is only around 49,000 now, right? So it is running only the 49,000 for now. Then if you want to make it like, if I will make it something like in URL, in URL part, and search for this. Here, you will see it is now 39,900. Now, if I will be going with the all in title now and enter, you will see that there is going to be the 37,400 result and all in URL. And now we are searching for a celebrity, right? We have to expect that there will be something like more and more results. Okay, so I'm searching like this. Now all in URL, it goes somewhere around 30,000. So I think it is going to be the something like your particular your 29,600. So from that 5.2 mil, we have reduced it down to the 29,600, which sounds good as compared to 5 point your so 5 over here, right? So there are different kind of a way, like some examples I'm seeing, like people are typing that you can use it, combine the mix. So, like you can use in URL and then use the double quotes. Yeah, because those are good examples. So I will be mentioning something like this. So it will be like in URL, different ways that how people they are using it in URL, and then using the Mitchell and okay, like this. Okay, something like this also you can search. Okay, I have the spelling mistake. That's why you are just seeing the 3. Okay, I have the wrong spelling over here. That's why it is something, which is the difference over here. Okay, so you can go ahead and search with this, right? Like this. So, here it will be some scenarios that will be doing over here. Now, what is this? This is just to give you the idea that what are going to be in here. So you're searching for that. So anything is my target or anything. Let's say now what I want is just simply, let me minimize this thing. So few things, few other things will be looking for over here. So rather than having those thousands of results, if I will be going with the something like a site, okay, site, what we are searching for, this means we are looking for a very specific site, right? We are looking for a specific site over there. So if I'll be using it, and we have the different vendors, like we were talking about the EC Council and Comsha and different. So why I'm talking about them? I remember the EC Council, they have one website for the testing purpose. So we can use that as well. So these kind of things which we can use over here. So if we are looking for a very specific site, so when I am just looking for only those websites which is related to the any of my vendor, like if I can go with the InfosecTrain, so I can search the result like this. Okay, not everything I will be showing you, but just to give you the some idea, I will go with the site and we will say your infosectrain.com, right? And search for this. Now it will be giving me the results over here, including the the text, the reports and everything over here that what is going on. Right? So whole thing you'll see InfosecTrain, 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 all result related to it, right? So it will be that what it is searching. It is searching for the infosectrain.com, right? A very specific site. Then there is going to be the your in title, which we have already seen, in URL, in text, which we have seen. We can go with the link. So it is used for a page that link to the specific page over there. So what we are doing, we are searching for any pages that link. If I am just writing in link, I am writing, for example, infosectrain, link infosectrain.org. So this will be report to search all for any pages whose when we talk about this thing, so it will be searching for any pages that link to your infosectrain's website. Okay, and they have a text, what I will say, if I will say, like here, let me just go to the browser again, and I will say, instead of site, I will say link InfosecTrain, and let's say I want to search about the report on the InfosecTrains. So I can go and search with something like this. Okay, I'm not a robot. Come on. This is the one of the I don't like this thing. Okay, this will be happening with you a multiple time when you'll be using something like this. You know, Google is suspecting that I'm doing something suspicious. Okay, so here, you know, that's why it want to prove I am not a robot. Okay, so here, now what is happening? We are, when I write something like this, so what is happening? I'm typing link. So link comsha is and report, it is going to search for any pages that link to my InfosecTrains website, and they have the text report anywhere on the page, right? So it will be looking for those particular things. So any of places where InfosecTrains link is mentioned, and with that, anywhere, either in the title or URL, anywhere, report is mentioned. So it is going to go ahead and give me something like this. So I have 80,200 results for this kind of a thing. So this is something that, you know, how to use your queries to go ahead and make more and more effective, right? So we are having this thing like link or file type. Let's say now all of you want to go ahead and on the Google Docs, you want to go ahead and collect your you know, or you want to download a book on the particular Google Docs. So what I will do, I will be searching it. Okay, Google Docs. Let's say simple Google Docs, or people call it the Google hacking as well. Google Doc. Then I will type file type and PDF. So what I want that only PDF file should be in my results. So here you can see offensive Googling. So I can go and open it in the new tab, right? Or I can see here, this is also a PDF file, PDF file, PDF file. Okay. So this is going to be there and, you know, have this, you know, book like this open. So here I will go on to this part. Offensive Googling, why to use Google, the example, some PDFs that is going to be in there. So how to use it and all will be there. So you can go, you can start working over here, and this is going to be the simplest thing to find anything. So I want a book on this, which is in a PDF format. So we can look, I can refine my results and keep downloading these things. AT&T also has the Google hacking cheat sheet. It is there. So again, I'm going to open this one. This is going to be the cheat sheet over here in URL, file type, info, you know, and more of the things. So you can have something like this one after another. It's just up to you, right? How you are using this to gather the information on any person. And now, if I will tell you that there is something which is called Google Hacking Database, GHDB. You go in there, and this is a place which is hosted in the exploit DB. So if you will be familiar with the exploit DB is going to be a place where, you know, a lot of the exploits you will be finding, pre-written exploits. So if you have to download for a specific kernel or operating system or for any specific vulnerability, a particular exploit you want to download, you will be finding them over here. So here you can see, you know, people who is the author of each query. So they are sharing, there is a category that they are sharing, and they are having the different kind of a page, you know, the categories as well, different author. Like there is a category pages containing login portal. So if I click on that, it will open all those in this category, all the your Google Docs or the query. So what I can do, I can simply copy this thing. I can go to the Google hacking, you know, this Google, paste the directly the query here in the in URL where you are getting the auth login.php. So you will be in here, open link over there like this, right? So what you will get, you will be getting some of the login pages. Okay, now as an attacker or pen tester, you can go in there, you can just try to do the bit more of the, brute forcing the username password, try to bypass the login to give yourself the idea over here, right? So this is how you can go ahead and use the something like your, what I will say. So it will be just giving you something like your exact those pages which you require for logins, right? On online. So you can have something like this. So the Google hacking database will be a place where people will be sharing with each other that what is going to work, how it is going to work, the different things like I'm searching for a page containing the your login portals. There is going to be the things like your what we can say like a file containing juicy information, so it will be opening the file directories and all those kind of a things over here over again, right? So simply search for the Google hacking database and look for the okay, Google hacking database here, like the different category. These are the your docs, copy them, paste them, search them, so play around with it. Okay, it will give you the very good idea that what is going to be these scenarios. So you can see people, author, you can follow them, you can work with them, copy paste it from here, and try to find some of the login pages. Like I search this category, page containing login portal. So click on this and it will be giving you all of the your docs for the related the same thing, right? Right. So this is going to be the one part. So there is things like site, these are just the starting. So you can go and play around with it. Site, a specific site you are searching for, link, that particular site, link mentioned in any page, you are looking for that. Then in URL, in text, file type, all, simplest thing we have talked about, right? And again, I have to remind you that this is just the foundation. So once you start doing these things, you become expert. You can just go ahead and try to learn few more things over here as well. So first thing is what we have seen. Simple, a Google engine can be used for this particular purpose. And remember, I was talking something like a people search engine as well. So while we are talking about the search engine and why leave that people search engine behind then? Okay, why don't we go ahead and talk about that as well? So even you can directly search something like people search engine here. Some example will be popping up. So there is some website like Spokeo. Okay, there is going to be the your people, PIPL, right? There is going to be this is the Spokeo, right? Then people, white pages, being verified, Intellis, PQ. These are the some of the people search engine. Okay, and to be honest, they work very good in the US domain, right? They will give you a lot of details over here. Like this is this, Spokeo. So via a name as well, I can search that who I want to search over here. Like, okay, there is going to be like I am searching for John Cena. You can't see me, okay? So I will be going ahead and searching for this thing. Now we are seeing like location wise. So when you are searching with the name, is working very good in the US region. Okay, and they are collecting the information on the different. You can see that around a very good number of 1,086 people John Cena is found in the California, New York, and other 48 states. So here you can go, you can search something like in which state you are looking for. Let's say I'm looking for example, where Alaska I'm having very less. Okay, so where you will be going ahead and looking for something like the two people in here and in particular residence you can open, or one thing, they will not give you the result directly, huh? Why? Because when you'll be clicking on them, you need to subscribe, you need to be a part of member so that they can verify you are actually a person, right? And you have signed with them all the configuration, means all the details, agreeing to their term and condition and all, right? So this is something. Then you will be sharing things like phone, email, address history, family members, records, even court records, social profile, everything. Okay, now apart from that, what else we can do? Through a phone number I can search for the people, right? Through the email. Okay, and usually the people like us, we can use this thing. Like I'm in India, I can use something like email address, put someone's email address over here and search for it, right? So these kind of the information. So what you will do if you will be entering the things like this, like let me just put my email address over here. So I will go ahead and search now. So it will give me the more and more information over here, right? So what it is doing, it is looking over 120 plus websites, networks where I might have registered with the Rishabh@infosectrain.com. It will be collecting those results like online LIS, phone address, social page, profiling and everything, and then giving me the result on the same over there. So this is going to be the part over here which we will be seeing all the time. Okay, so this is going to be over here. Like it is telling me like 6 plus photo, 46 plus social networks it has find for me. So this kind of thing that is going to be working. Now, these kind of website are going to work according to the laws, judicial laws and based on the region that which kind of information is allowed in which region by the organization. So yeah, like in US, I was able to get these results, these records, which was out there in the public domain. Okay, so what was in the public domain, I was collecting those information. So in other country, some laws could be more restrictive, and due to that, you are not going, these search engines, they are not working that much over there. And in one more way of collecting the information, if you have heard about, like in India very specifically, we have a website with the name jantakhoj.com. What it is do, it is going to verify the background of the certain people. Like any company is hiring people, so one of the hiring processes doing the background check, right? So there is like in India we have this website. Okay, here. So when you are verifying someone, so you can utilize, if you want to spend some money, if you're doing verifying the someone's background, you can utilize something like this as well. Okay, the jantakhoj.com, that is going to be in this place. So many of the companies using their services for verifying their background checks on their employees and all. So these kind of the websites use, or the services use, you can do as well. So this is collecting the information via the different ways that is out there. Now, in the search engine itself, if you have heard about the Showdown, very good one. Personally, I think one of my favorite thing, and I call it search engine of Internet of Things or Internet of Everything. So it can give you the n number of results, right? So Shodan, it is a search engine that is specialized in internet connected devices and systems. So all the devices that is connected with the internet and in the system, you can go ahead and have the whole information over there, right? So this is going to be the one part. Okay, so means their ports that is open, what is their IP addresses, and all these kind of information it will be giving you. So it can be used to find and analyze various types of connected devices, including servers, routers, webcam, and even industrial control systems as well. You know, PLC SCADA devices as well. You can go ahead and search with the your Shodan itself, right? So this is going to be the Shodan. So just to give you the idea, and I will recommend to everyone that you can easily go on to the Shodan, and in the Shodan, we can simply register ourselves. Let me just go in here. Shodan. This will be the Shodan search engine. Okay, and I will recommend that everyone do the bit of the your create an account over here. I have already account, so I am just going to log in over here. So I just log in into my account. Okay, so I can either directly do the search over here, like you know, uh, okay. So let's say that I'm interested in the webcam. So I can directly write something like the webcam over there, right? Now we are here. So this is the sum of the part. Like first thing is this. So webcam. So a lot of the webcams we are seeing over here. Okay, like this one. It is connected over the idea. So it is looking for webcam 7 over here. So what is this? So in this one, where how many ports are open? So it is just checking if ports are open. What it is doing? It is doing whole thing. It is telling you possible vulnerabilities as well. That what could be the possible vulnerabilities in there. Why? Because this machine has these many ports open. Okay. So with this one, access verification, they are running the scanning against all the ports and possible vulnerability list. On the left hand side, you can see a whole CVE series going on, right? So this is going to be the continuously one after another, a whole heap of the information that is in this part. So you can have the idea like this. So simply I used what? A search engine, a Showdown. I search for a webcam and lot of results openly connected to the internet. So all these things are being searched over here. Like similarly, I can search for any protocol, ports or anything. I can search any device which is running file transfer protocol, FTP, right? So let's see this one. How many of them have open FTP or SSH or RDP connection? So around the globe, you can see the, like 3 mil digits are there, right? 3 mils are there. So in this one, if you will be seeing here, China, let's say I can refine the result on the basis of the countries as well. Like I want to go onto the Japan server, which is having the FTP enable. In which city, in which port FTP service is running based on the organization. So I can go like the top, port number 21 and say that, okay, this is something that I was looking for. So, then I can go, I can search for this. So you can type a number of things, your company names and anything over there, and this is going to work with that, right? So this is something that what we will be doing over here. Okay. So like this, general informations, like this or this one in the Spain one, you can get those kind of a thing. So this is the account that I'm using is free and you can also create the free account over there. Okay. Don't you worry about it. Now, next thing after this is going to be this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing over there. Okay. Right. So this is the free account. There is the paid accounts as well. Okay, so mine is free account and there are paid accounts as well, which is giving you very in-depth result and all these things, reports, maps, very good in-depth reports as well. So we have the Showdown as an option to go ahead and access the few of the your resources as well that go and work with that, right? So this is the what it was. It was the doing the reconnaissance through the some search engines that is out there. Then second thing after this is going to be the website's reconnaissance. Okay. After this, what we are going to do? Bit of the website reconnaissance over there. So first of all, what we are going to use is going to be your Whois Lookup, right? So multiple time you might have heard about the Whois, right? So when we are talking about the Whois is actually a protocol which support querying of data which is related to the entities which register public domain and other internet resources. Okay, so it is that. So here I has also written a simpler write. Okay, so people again asking something like, uh, is it legal in India? Yes, it is. Shodan is completely legal, guys. If you don't trust me, you can search. There was some debates. You'll be finding many debates online as well, right? And the reason, right? They will be saying we are collecting all the information through the open source. So the legality and everything you can check. There will be a lot of like in the news channels as well. There were debates whether, earlier when Student was launched, what is the problem behind it? So, the questions will be there. You will be finding very good YouTube videos as well, like debates, why it is, legal and how it is legal. So that is also there. So when we talk about the Whois is actually a protocol which is supporting the querying of the data which is related to the your entities that register the public domain and other internet resources. Okay, like here in the simple language I have written over there. It's a tool which is used to query public information about domain name registration. means who was the registrar of this, from where they have registered this, right? IP addresses and all the other related information. What is their contact details and all these kind of a thing. So it allow to find out the registered owner of a domain name and the date of registration, expiration date, and contact details such as registrant name, email address, phone number, physical address. Like you go ahead and you register a website. So who is your registrant, right? Where from where they are working, their location, and all these kind of a thing. So this is something that it can do. Now, this can retrieve the query like name of the domain registrant, registration, registrant organization, address of the registrant, phone number, email address of registrant. Okay, some information like their name servers, the status of the domain, including client and server code that are concerned for renewal, deletion, transfer, related information. All these kind of information that this protocol can give you, right? Now, because this is a protocol, and as you might be expecting that attacker they are spammer, right? They can use this data into their operation. Likewise, whose data it raise issues of privacy and you know um, issue of the data and query data. It can reveal some PII, personally identifiable information, and not to be the information that can be utilized by the attacker. They can leverage it. What it led to the increased scrutiny of your Whois protocol. So we have the different organization. So there are, if you have heard about the ICANN, right? We have the ICANN, which is the organization which is taking care of the your ports and all as well. So here ICANN, they have stated that they will be reinventing the Whois to be more in line with the recent privacy concern, and they have made a lot of changes. Means if you go few years back, like 5 or 7 years back, Whois used to give a heap of information. Still it is giving, but now there are solution, and for the some of the website or registration you will be finding reducted directed for privacy, and there are proxies as well, okay, which will be registering on your behalf to hide these information. So changes they start happening over here over the time as well. So who is ICANN, they have promised that they will be reinventing this protocol so that attacker, they for the malicious purpose they can't use it, but still it is a very useful one. So what we can do, again, you can go to your Google and you can search for this something like Whois. Okay, so my favorite one is this who.is. Okay, with that, there is a website like this. Here, certifiedhacker.com. This is the EC Council's website, if I remember it correctly. For the testing purpose, they have created this kind of a website, right? So what you can do, you can go onto this, and all credit goes to the EC Council over here, right? So if you have something like this website, so we can use it for the testing purpose. So I have closed that one. So I can search for this something like www.certifiedhacker.com and search for this. Okay. So what you are going over here or getting over here is you are getting the results like this. Name, network solutions, Whois server, this is the Whois server. Referral URL, this is the referral URL. Status, what is this status? That client transfer prohibited and all. When it is going to, its certificate is going to, this is going to register, expire, and all the detail, name server, similar domain. Then there is going to be the registrant data, name, address, where it is registered, city, state, postal code, country, phone number, email address, administrative contact information are these. Okay. Then there is like technical contact information like this. Okay, so like some of the data like this is going to be in there, and then here is going to be something like make this data private. Okay, so services has been offered to prevent these kind of things getting out, directly over there. So you have something like a Whois, which is giving you the idea of some similar to this. Even I can search for the InfosecTrain as well. Okay, you can see we are registered with what? Referral URL, status, name server domains, and yeah, it kind of hides something over here. So it was showing me a few seconds ago. It was showing us the all the data, right? Here, like this thing, DNS records. Okay, some of the things, you know, uh, diagnostic, who is, again, I have to go over there. Okay, let me just go to the home page. Okay, so from here you can search for the information, right? Like I was talking or asking about that this was a privacy concerns. So there was the solution with the some of the website you can search, okay, because I'm not searching, it is a public our session. So I'm not going to encourage you to go and go with this something like some live website. I'm not going to encourage them. So I can just show you something which is for the testing purpose, or we have kept it for something like some my own website like InfosecTrain I was showing you. I can use something like these over here, infosectrain.com. I go in here and having the results over here. So you can see our data is hidden, right? Registrar data is completely hidden. So you can get something like these scenarios. Now, okay, so this is the one website that what we are talking about, that reconnaissance through the website. This is the just one of your website. Now, if we will be talking about your another website that can help and give you a very good result is going to be the Netcraft. Okay, so Netcraft is actually a security service company that provide your internet security solution, including phishing protection, anti-malware, and DDoS protection. However, a hacker could potentially use Netcraft to gather information about the website, technology stack, server configuration, and other related details, because it gives us the something like this option, what's that website running, which is going to do the all the lookup like DNS lookup for you. So rather than you using n number of code, what it will do, it will be telling you that okay, so n number of ways or tools, one tool you are using to collect DNS information, one to the other information. So it is just collecting those informations at one place. So here, if you will be looking onto the your Netcraft, let's look for something like Netcraft. Okay, there is going to be this option, what's that site running, right? So people are looking for something like this. What's that website is running? So this is going to be there. First of all, the kind of the target that is there. Now, with this whole thing, they will be, we have this whole scenario. So let me just open this thing, accept cookies. So here I can give website like first our own website. Let me use this as the example and perform this some lookups. Okay, so we will be having something like this over here. Some results where it is started with the background. So what is my site's title, site's rank, the description of my website, when it was first seen. Okay, so primary website, primary language, network. Okay, so we'll be having something like this. Site name, NetBlock owner, hosting company, our IPv4, different operations over there, name server, organization is showing unknown because we are hiding that. DNS hiding, again hiding those kind of a thing. Top level domain TLD is .com, DNS security extension unknown, ranges, IP ranges you can see from where, and then if you want more of a detail, so here will be something like HTTPS site report. So report related, every website has the certificate. So from certificate, it will be gathering the more information regarding the company, domain, what is our validity period, host name, which server we are running, what is our public key, algorithm, which public key, our length is what, certificate check, signature algorithm, serial numbers. So all these information it is collecting through the netcraft itself over here. Heartbeat, you know, talking about the what are the hosting information about the InfosecTrain's website when it was last seen, which it was running. All these key are going to be the services. There is going to be SPF and DMARC, right? So SPF DMARC is related to email security, right? So this is a bit a step up, So these things when you will be going a bit more in depth into the cybersecurity, then you will be seeing these things, in the email security, sender policy framework, DMARC. Okay, here there is going to be the web trackers, which is going to be like, what they are using, what we are using, server side technology, what server side technology we are using. So all these kind of the informations you can find from simply a website. So what it is doing, it is kind of narrowing down the information about a website. You're gathering information that what could be their IP address, NS lookup, different idea. And till now, you even directly ping your target or go and get connected with your target itself, that what it is, how you should be performing the your reconnaissance or anything. So you didn't directly go through the open sources. Till now I am going ahead and gathering the information over here. Okay, and do not never think that these are the only way of doing something like this. So here, so these are not the way, just a few ones that we are pointing out over here with the netcraft. This is the one thing. Even through the website there will be the options like, when we talk about this whole scenario, there will be things like your website copier as well. Okay, those are the some tools which will be known as the website copier. So like if you have heard about something like HT track. So what it will do, if there is a website, it will copy that website and store it locally on your system, right? The pages and all, so that later if you want to investigate those pages codes, so you can do that kind of a thing as well. So copying a website is also a thing that you can perform as well. Then there is going to be the, discovering of subdomain of a website. So Microsoft.com or any other website, they will be having some subdomain. So it is a tool which is DNS map. So it is not installed right now in my Kali, right? Because I'm using a very old one, so it is kind of its cache is full, means simply the space is full in this. I'm using this laptop, which is a bit old. So here, its cache is full, so I can't install this one. But you can simply install the DNS map with the commands like sudo apt-get install your DNS map, and it will be installed. After that, you can run the command like DNS map and give the website name, and it will be giving you the whole subdomain of the your website. Okay, so this is just like InfosecTrain is having one is the infosectrain.com. Then there could be something like your blog.infosectrain.com. There could be something like your shop.infosectrain.com or purchase dot something, infosectrain.com. So these are subdomains. So this is a tool that here they are, we are talking about this slide that you can use something like this as well. But apart from that, what else I can use? I can show you a way of doing this onto the your, here as well, like on the freely as well, again, open source as well. So if you have heard something like, we have cert cert.sh, something like this website. I can't, yeah, this is right. Okay, so what it will do, it will be searching for the certificate. Oh, so if this is not working, there is going to be something like cert spotter. Okay, like this one. So we can have the website. What it do, it will be analyzing any of the website certificate, and then it will be giving you the subdomain. right? What any website is having. Or another tool which will be in your uh, Kali Linux or Parrot OS, whatever you have installed. Okay, there is going to be something like your harvester, the harvester tool. The harvester tool. You can use this as well to find the domain, subdomain, even people as well. So different options are going to be available for you all the time. Now it was doing what? It was just simply like right now when I was talking about this DNS one. So I can do the DNS information gathering as well. And are you guys familiar that there is simply I can use CMD as well to go ahead and perform the DNS lookups and all these kind of things as well. Right. So this is happening. Even this can also help you that DNS lookup, oh sorry, NS lookup can do the same thing for you from a simple your query itself, right? So you will be making a simple query. So NS lookup, it is a network administration command line utility, which is generally used for your querying the DNS to obtain domain name or IP address mapping for any other specific DNS record. So this is available both command line utility and even as a web application as well. So you will be using this thing and simply running the simplest command to gather the information. Like I can do something like ns lookup. I can type this and enter. So it will be setting the your default server address, those kind of a thing. Now I will write something like set type equals to a. Okay, then oh one, oh my bad, I have to turn yeah, one a, right? So this is setting the type A, means I am going to inquire about the IP address. So any website and their IP address I want to inquire about. So I can type the target domain now, that what I want to inquire about. So I can simply go, and after this I can type like remember we were having that www.infosectrain, enter. Now it is going to give you the A record of the your server itself over there, right? So this is the one time. Now if you want to know the something like canonical name, C name, what we generally call, so I can type here like uh, set type equals to your C name. Okay, enter again, www.infosectrain.com, and it will resolve it. For me the canonical name for this is only one, right? So some website can have more than one as well. Okay, so more details could be over there. So set name, CNAME, okay, everything is good. So even if instead of that, I want to do something like uh, set type A, and I will do that EC Council's website, like the which was testing website, certifiedhacker.com, and enter like this. So you'll be getting something like this. You'll be going CNAME, enter, and your same target, you will be getting, if there is going to be details like canonical name or any other, you will be finding those kind of things. Just the two options that is going to be in there, right? So we can go with the A record that is going to be in there. We can have the different records as well, canonical name if you want, and there is going to be the your host name server, like if I want the NS records. Okay, so with the NS record, what I will be doing, set type ns and enter, and your like this, and you can find the result like this. What is the going to be the non-authoritative NS servers over there? These are the details that you will be finding out like this. Okay, and one more thing that I am going to try. In the canonical name, if I will go set type canonical name and go something like only this infosectrain.com. So alternative name, let's just check it out. Enter. So you'll be getting this information. So this type instead of www.infosectrain, I just type infosectrain.com. It is giving me these detail about me. So from which name server, mail address, serial, refresh, expiry date, default TTL. So all these kind of information they are sharing over there, right? So you can use these kind of tools as well that is there. And there are a number of tools like DNS lookup, sublister, and for one thing like Sherlock. So for information gathering, there will be hundreds and hundreds of tools. Like if you want to create the network map, there is one tool which is known as okay. So there is one tool I actually yeah. So there is you can create the network map tool. So there will be there like that. Sublister is there. And as you can see, I'm also start fumbling the name, right? Why? Because there are these many of a tool that you will also get confused at which one I have to use. So for that, what we happened was we were having something like your here. We are having something which we call the OSINT framework, and it looks something like this. So OSINT framework is collection of your open source intelligence tool and resource for cybersecurity professional, researcher, and investigator. The framework is organized into categories that include social media, search engine, people search, domain tool, and more, which is making it easy to find the right tool for task at hand. Now remember, information gathering is not only related to the offensive security. First thing you need to clear that in your mind. So it will be also helpful from the defensive side as well. Okay. If you are gathering the intelligence about your, what we'll say, if you're collecting about your target, about your threat, who can attack you, your adversaries. So you will be doing something like collecting the intelligence about them. So there as well, these open source information tools, they will be helping you, okay, helping you to understand where you are standing, what that your adversaries, what are their preferred method. So intelligence are important from both end. Either it's offensive side, it's defensive side. This is going to be always there, right? So this is something which we will be using as well. Now, as I was saying, that there are a lot of tools and everything, and even like I was telling you, I start fumbling the name that, okay, what was that tool? What was that tool? It will be kind of overwhelming you most of the time. So what we have done, we have collected all these things into one single place. So if I will go back to my browser, I will clear everything out and I will simply search for the OSINT over here, right? So this is the osintframework.com. So you can open this one over here, right? So this is a chart that you are getting in front of you. So you can see what T indicate, what D indicate, what R indicate, what M indicate. Okay. So now OSINT framework. Now what you want to do, you want to collect username, email address, domain, IP address, people search engine. Let's say, we have seen this example now. So we can see this one, general people search engine. So you will see a whole things working on the different location, idea, all these things. Can you see? Even I can't remember these many names. Okay. So what are these things? These are your tasks. Okay. So this is going to be your whole thing, that what it is going to be, that what you want to find a particular people search engine you want to start. Do you want to go with the usernames? Okay. Username search engine. That is also there. These things. Okay. Instant username search. Specific site that you will be looking for the such usernames. So these kind of things will be available. You can have the task at your hand. What is your task at hand right now? Okay, what is your goal? What you want to collect from a particular place? Okay, like you want to gather the threat intelligence. So from the defensive side. So this is going to be your, uh, you know, ways of doing it. So like TTPs, if you want to collect tactics, techniques, and procedure, these are the some of the places that from where you can collect the things. Then indicator of compromises tool, IOCs, if you want to collect IOCs, these are some of the your tools that you can use. Then there is going to be the phishing, right? So here, these are going to be some places, phishing related intelligence from these things like fish tank, open fish, feed, right? You can feed this, use this text. So yeah, on the defensive side, I have used some of them on the different places. So we have these kind of a scenario. TTP collection more here, MITRE, your malware, malware exploit from where you want to collect more. So this will be something that just up to you that you want to collect the threat intelligence, how you are doing it. Okay, there is going to be the malicious file analysis if you want that. This is here. Okay, now search for the malicious website. These are the places: virusshare.com, ID ransomwares. There is going to be a hosted automated analysis. So you are having all these things onto the places. PDFs. So for PDF, we can use something like this, or Office files. So, Office files, if you want to scan any of these kind of a thing, like someone, you are doing the malicious file. Someone has sent you a PDF document. For that, what you can do, you can use this one. Someone has sent you the Office files. For that, you can use these things. And you will be clicking on these links. It will be directly taking you to the websites that is going to be in there. Some of them might stop working. Like I was checking for that cert spotter, right? It is not working. Maybe in your region. So you can try it with the proxies and all. But most of these are going to work. For Android as well, you can check these two are there. Virus Total, all time my favorite. Okay, all time my favorite. So you click on here, it will be directly taking you over there. So now I don't need to remember that much of the information. Even my mind was being overloaded with that much information. So now next time someone will be asking you that, what was that tool's name? You can just jump onto the OSINT framework and say that, okay, I kind of forgot, and let me just quickly go here and check something like this. Like, you remember I was saying that particular, if you want to do something like network mapping. So, knowingly I was kind of forgetting the name. Okay. So what is happening? In that particular part, there is a tool in Kali which is pre-installed, have Maltego. It can create a map for you. And not only the network, but different things where DNS is connected, your subdomains and all these kind of the information collection it will be giving you in a single go, right? So Maltego is there. There are going to be the different tools as well. That is the part. Okay, so this is somewhere what is there. And one more thing, guys, like I'm showing you this whole thing, like I'm showing you the Kali, right? So similar to the Kali, there is one more tool which is known as the Parrot. So this is why I am using it. This is the one of the version of the Kali which is coming pre-installed tool with the of your which is helping you in the offensive security, like here information gathering tool. Open them. Database assessment tool. You have them here. Web application analysis tool. You have the list of them pre-installed. Not everything will be installed. Like there are, I think, 600, 500 something tool that is installed, right? And a whole there is a heap of the tools, so we can't remember or use or learn every tool. Okay, but some of them need to be pre-installed, and this is going to be the one that this is the Kali Linux that what we are having. If going with this some other one, the another one which I use is going to be this Parrot OS. Okay, this is going to be the another version of Linux based operating system which is used in the offensive side. It will be similar, just this GUI is going to be different over here. Okay, so you can use these website as well. And as you know, I think I just came out of the topic over here. So we were talking about the your file, this OSINT framework. So let me minimize all these things. So similarly, if you want to learn about the dark web related, here it is. Terrorism related information you want to gather. This is going to be in here, global terrorism database. So they have added this thing because there is a one more category of attacker which is called cyber terrorist. Okay, which is you threatening the human life, due to their task, a human life could be in danger. So we have this place as well. Mobile emulations, if you want to test out those things for Android, what you have the option, Emulation tools, option over here. Apps, you are having over here. Social networking apps, right? This is going to be in there. Instant messaging, pictures, okay? Your streaming, right? These things. Even there will be something like dating somewhere. Yeah, here, like these things. eHarmony, Farmers, Juice, OkCupid, Tinder. R means required registration. Okay, so you can find people over here. So review of users, where you can find this thing. So these kind of a things, scenarios are going to be in there from the OSINT framework, which will be helping you a lot, right? So this is the one thing. Now, as I was saying, this kind of a thing will be used by both people, offensive side, defensive side. Again, there are a few questions related the offensive and defensive. So offensive people like, yesterday we were talking about in your organization, you might have red team, blue team. Red team keep attacking, right? And blue team keep defending. So those are even pen tester are doing the attack kind of a scenario. So what they do, they use this information to gain more information about the target and then utilize that information into the next steps. That will be like scanning and enumeration. And then what it will do, it will help them to narrow down. Means, when you have a stack of hay, right? You can't just simply see that what you are looking for. So you will start removing that and then find your objective, your target over there, you know, step by step, reducing your task in hand, that you will be doing. So that is from the offensive side, that what I want to gather. Defensive will be when I was showing you something like a very simple example of IOC. There was like malware and file analysis I was saying. It is also from the defensive point. You want to protect. In the threat intelligence, there was the IOC tools, indicator of compromises. It will be having something like hash of a malware, okay, file signature, so that next time you can detect that what is going on, okay, like a file. But I will be giving you a bit of the idea. Each malware or file, they have a unique signature, okay, they have a unique signature. So that will be a kind of a hash of any file. So if same malware, if I have the intelligence about this, that this is the hash of a particular malware. So what I can do, I can use that information and check that hash in my system as well, that whether same hash exists in my system, a unique pattern about the malware that is your existing in my system. Okay, so this kind of thing I can check in my system whether if it is existing, I will say, my device is infected with the malware. If not, it's safe. So these kind of IOCs are going to be your signatures, URL, domain names, IP addresses, those kind of things I'm collecting. So it is helping you to protect yourself, right? So these things are there. So attacking, defensive, both side is going to be in here. Now, when we are talking about all these scenarios, what is going on, the OSINT framework and all. So this is the one thing that what we are doing. You are gathering the information here. So you can have some, like we were seeing, some IP addresses, some names, URLs, and all these kind of things to your use over there right now. Now, this is the first step. Okay. And as right now we are in just gathering the information, next thing after this will be, which we'll be capitalizing tomorrow, is going to be your scanning, right? So what is going to be scanning? Now, when we talk about scanning, scanning refers to the set of procedure to identify host, port, and services in a network. And when we talk about network scanning, it is the one of the component of intelligence gathering which can be used by an attacker to create a profile on the target organization. Now, what is happening? Let's say that I found out some IP addresses from the information gathering. Now, I will go ahead and start doing scanning over there. So what is my objective? First thing, if I found an IP address, my first objective is to go ahead and check first of all whether my target is alive or not. First thing is going to be like that. Then if it is live, what I am going to do, I will be checking how many ports it has open. Okay, this kind of a thing. Once I will be having the port list that which ports are open, I can go on to the something which will be telling me that if port is open, which service they are running over there. So if port number 80 is open, it is running HTTP. Port number 21 is open, it is running FTP. 8080 running your HTTP, right? Like this. Okay, so this will be my goal over here, and you will see the attacker, they are sending some TCP IP probe packet, getting the network information over here, and try to kind of narrow down their uh, attacks over there, right? So what is going to happen and all these kind of a thing. Now, a lot of tools will be used, like if I will to just talking about the ping live, right? So with live, I can use something like ping. Okay, then there is going to be the specific ping, hping, mass scan tool, nscan, lot of things. But two things which will be used at very good. Like I'm just showing you two examples here, like Nmap and Nessus. Okay, so Nmap is called your network mapper, and which is, I would say, a very good tool for doing a lot of things. Means tomorrow we'll be deep diving into this one, but for today, just to give you the idea, Nmap is a network mapper which can be used for whole thing. Okay, it's a gem of a tool. So from that, from the information gathering to doing the ping sweep, scan, right? Everything it can perform. Ping sweep it can do. It can do the DNS, your lookup, reverse DNS lookup. It can check for the your uh, you know even you can run the vulnerability scanning with it. You can then perform scanning. You can perform enumeration, get the version scan. You can perform or get the version as well. You can perform version scanning as well. You will be doing a lot of the things with the your Nmap. Lot of the scenarios is available over there. So it is a good tool. And one more tool which is good one, which can also give you the port scan, is going to be the Netcat as well. Okay, there are different versions of this. Like if I talk about the GUI version of the Nmap, might be you have heard about the Genmap. Okay, Genmap, and this is the GUI version of the Nmap. There is Netcat, so there is something like Ncat, different versions. Some NC, somewhere it will be like whole Netcat. And it is called your Swiss Army knife as well because it has a lot of functions. So if someone might have used this thing, you might have used this thing to open the shell your bind shell connections, reverse shell connections. Attacker, what they do, they will be uploading shells. Let's say that they upload some reverse shell on the target. Okay, and as soon as, means simply you need to understand, you install some application on the target, and as soon as they will open, double click on it, what it will do, it will be connecting back to the attacker. And now attacker will have one session open with the target, and it can control that device. So that's why Nmap is called kind of a Swiss Army knife, multiple use of this thing. So there is the tools like Nmap, Netcap, and then this is the Nessus, which is a vulnerability scanner. It can also perform scanning only as well. There is the option of network scan, right? So these tools are there. So we have the Nmap and Nessus over here, tools for the scanning, what we have now. Now, if we talk about the Nmap, it is talking about, like, tomorrow I'll be talking about it more, like same thing. It is saying that Network Mapper is one of the popular open source tool used for the network exploration and security auditing. And then Nmap, it is designed to scan network, discover host, running on those hosts, and also verify and identify security vulnerability, potential attack surface. Like I was saying, it can perform different scan. All these we'll be seeing tomorrow, right? TCP connect, SYN, UDP scan, these kind of things. It can support command line interface on various operating systems like Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and can be integrated with the different tools as well if we want to. Now, Nessus from the Tenable is a vulnerability scanner, like I was telling you. And it will be giving you the helping you to identify some security vulnerabilities, misconfiguration on the network, system, and application. Nessus can, it can go ahead and scan a wide range of devices and platform, including operating system, network device, web server, and more. And its database has more than 100K vulnerabilities and configuration issues to identify potential security threat, and it can generate the very detailed report as well. So I will be having some previously scanned reports which I will be showing you with this. So Nessus is a tool which is offered by the Tenable. Okay, so this will be giving you that whole result that is going to be there. So if I will be having some pre-scanned report, so tomorrow I will be showing you that one as well, and result will look something like this. Means a result will be telling you these are the critical vulnerabilities that you have seen. Okay, like this. So if you will open them, it will be having the details like what it is, how, when, all these kind of a things over there. This kind of a operation or result it will be showing you. And on this part, we will be going ahead and covering this tomorrow, right? And this is something that I want to give you the idea. So today what we have learned all of your objective for the day was, first of all, what is reconnaissance? Active and passive reconnaissance we have learned. Then we have gone ahead and we have talked about the website reconnaissance, OSINT framework, then an introduction to the your scanning and the tools for the scanning, which was the Nmap and the your Nessus, right? So this is going to be the your recourse for the day.